All right. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Kingdom of the Kael Isles. Yes, this is my custom D&D campaign. The people below you, me below you, I don't know. You know, guys, it's been a long day. But anyway, the people that you see on the screen are the wonderful players, and then I am the DM with out of sync audio. If I look like a Japanese movie or Godzilla movie all day, it's because Roll20 hates me. But it does mean that I now can speak Japanese, which I've never been able to do before. So that's cool. Unfortunately, the only words of Japanese I know are "watashi wa," which is I, as in me. And that's all I know in Japanese. Oh, and like Toyota, Mitsubishi, Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo. So anyway, to bring you guys up to speed, if you are unaware, the party has come up with this unique idea that they need really powerful fighters to be able to train their now growing rebellion army. And they figured where else is a great place to not only find people that are really good at fighting, but find people that don't like the Eladrin government in general, is the arena where the Eladrin government sends people to die. I'm getting an echo from someone. So if you have your sound coming through your speakers, put it through your headphones. Anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, anyway, so they get to this arena. They have this brilliant plan where somebody's going to sneak them in. They're going to meet a bunch of people, and then they're going to sneak out. That plan fell through because the guy that runs the arena is a bastard. And due to the fact that they have an Eladrin traitor in their party, they kind of started them on the Black Diamond Hill of the arena instead of like the Bunny Hill. So yeah. They also met while they were here. They've made friends already. They met this gentleman named Scar, who has a chunk of metal sticking out of his head, and is just the nicest guy in the world, and doesn't seem to enjoy them much. And they also met this other gladiator that has some ties to Elaine that no one else knows. But he's called the Serrated Death. And yeah. Thus far, Elaine tried to have a conversation with him. It didn't go as well as planned. And then they got pulled out for another fight, which just happened to have a blue dragon and some dudes that are shooting magic at them. So that's where they're at right now. I'm going to turn on
music.
This. Well, the Coliseum sounds, so it sounds like you guys are in a cool place.
Yay.
So we unfortunately had to end everything last week because of technical difficulties right in the middle of combat. So thus far, the only person that's taken a turn has been the two magic wieldy duties and Elaine.
And the dragon.
Oh, and the dragon went too? Oh, and the dragon went too, yeah.
Obliterated everybody else.
Oh, he really went.
Rawr.
Oh. And I need to look at... Sorry, I had to modify some stuff because we had an extra player last week and now we don't, and so that means I have to kind of rebalance on the fly. All right, so as you guys are sitting there trying to figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, you start to get a little better look at the arena itself.
Oh boy.
We actually have tokens and a map. Awesome!
So, this is what you guys see before you. You should be able to use your tokens and move them and everything like that on your turn.
Yep.
Obviously, the crystals and things like that are your are pieces of glass that have been kind of burnt from the sand around. Feel free to use them for cover or for getting up higher or anything like that. The kind of clearish, yellowish ones rise up about 20 feet. The black ones rise up about 10 feet. And the red ones are only about 5 feet high. And are all of these are just glass sand that was basically scorched by something, turned into various shapes. So we are going to go to. Helps if I click on the right button. Avok, you are up first.
Okay. I'm assuming that's me.
Yes, that is you. Sorry.
Okay then.
And the other one that's kind of nondescript, that would be Fade.
Roger.
All right. I actually
What do you
have
want
to think. Okay.
Dragon there.
Kill the little guys.
Okay. Avox sees a big blue version of the gold guy that they've encountered before.
Nowhere near as large.
Nowhere near as large, but remembers how powerful Goldie
Yeah.
Whiskers was.
To give you some reference, an ancient dragon would be 2 sizes larger than this one here. This one's a little bit much smaller than the only other dragon you've ever seen.
Okay then. Let's see.
It's what's called a large creature, and you have above that huge, and then I can't remember. Colossus is that an ancient
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan there. Ancient dragons are gargantuan.
Yes, they are. Okay.
So what's most recently happened is the dragon itself shot some lightning and hit most of your party. I think it only avoided one of you guys.
Yeah, I took that hit, didn't I?
Yes, you did. If anyone wants to tell him how many hit points that was.
No, usually I will keep track of my hit points, and I'm less than 100 right now, so...
Okay. So...
55.
Wait, 55?
Yeah, the attack that hit last time, because your feed died right as I was doing the attack. So I think it was supposed to hit you.
Okay.
It hit everyone but me and Elaine.
Yeah. So if you want to make a dex save real quick.
Yes, I do.
We'll find out if that does full damage or half damage.
Good luck.
18 plus my dex. 21.
So you take half of 55. So that brings it down to 22. 22 lightning damage as this bolt kind of rips through you guys.
Okay. 22. So, ow! Still hurts.
Yeah, crazy, right?
The heck did I take damage from before that? Was that? Oh, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's not good. Okay, yeah, Avok is going to. You said I can move this thing, right?
What? Yeah, you should be able to. Just click on it, and you should be able to move it.
I'm clicking it. Nothing's happening with it.
Yeah, mine is blowing as well.
Give me a second.
Hmm.
I have to go to...
Tell you what, pretty tokens are pretty.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Can we control that? That's what I want.
Maybe I'll stop being lazy one day and actually draw some art.
I've disappeared.
I know, I did that on purpose.
Okay.
I promise.
Oh no.
Avok is no longer in this existence.
Why are you not working? I have you set up the way you're supposed to. How am I going to do this? Sorry, folks. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Live, everybody.
There we go.
Hey Elaine, I like that spot that you have picked out a lot. Be right there.
It's a great spot. I'm gonna just let you know right now. It is a fantastic spot.
The optimal
Okay, so
position.
if I do this now. Alright, try it now.
Okay. That looks like I'm able to move now. Okay.
Okay.
So Avok is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 over here and wants to start climbing the crystal.
Alright, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Oh, gladly. Where am I on the athletics right now? Okay. That's what I like to see. 24.
Definitely. You're able to climb basically at half your speed. So whatever half your speed is, because it's rough and misshapen, there are tons of handholds on there, so you can climb at half your
20
speed.
feet.
All right, so yeah, you can make it to the top then, because that crystal is 20 feet tall.
Alright then.
Give me a couple seconds here.
Mhm.
And I think I gotta go here.
Blue lightning dragon. Ugh, how terrifying.
They're awesome, aren't they?
Just no.
Roar!
Yeah, at least we got Harambe over here. She can go take care of him.
I really like that.
I didn't.
Too soon.
Is that where you were?
Yes, right there.
All right, give it a shot. See if you can move
I
it.
didn't prep polymorph today. Sorry, guys.
Not yet, sir.
You cannot move it,
Negative.
but I got it to work that way for the other one.
Yeah, I can work mine just fine.
It's probably because we had pictures put in.
Yeah, well. That's why I totally. Oh, I've got it right. Can be edited and controlled by you. That's what I want. Save changes. Try now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
You were there. All right. Sorry about that. So Avok climbs to the top. That's your movement. You can actually go ahead and put your character on top of the crystal since you climbed up all there.
I'm assuming right there is good.
Sure, that works fine. What else would you like to do? You're about 20 feet up from all these guys right now.
I guess just okay. Yeah, Avok's just gonna like let out a big roar and just like Come on! And he's raging. I'm not frenzying right now, but I'm going to be raging.
Okay. Anything you want to do with your action?
I guess...
Because you do know the two other characters that are with this dragon don't look to be the kind that are going to run up and do anything to you. They previously shot magic at you guys.
Alright. Well, I'm assuming the dragon's gonna get closer, so when he gets closer, can I jump on him? Like...
Sure, you can ready your action to... Do you want to just jump on him or make an attack? What do you want to do?
I want to jump on him. I want to ride this dragon.
Okay, so you'll ready your action. If he gets close enough, you'll jump on him. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And that is going to end that. So normally it would be Song, but she so as you guys look over at Song, the breath weapon seems to have somehow hit her as well. And has rendered her unconscious for the time being, and she will not be participating unless she magically shows up. There's no more players in town. Anyway, so as you guys are sitting there, and like the crowd is starting to go wild, and they're really enjoying the bloodshed that's already started to happen. You guys hear a sound behind you, and you see. From behind you, you see some movement, and I have to go to the right place. Sorry, there's just so much I have to do.
Stop doing it.
No, it's just there's lots of stuff.
Stuff for battle maps.
You'll work. I like you. Wow, that's a tiny mini.
Oh, it's a mini.
5, 10, 15, 20. And that's actually good right there for right now. So you guys see this dwarf start running out. You instantly recognize the serrated death as he comes out with his arm. One of his arms having a mechanical aspect to it, currently holding a sword that's kind of looked like it's part of his arm right now. He comes out, and you see him sit there and shake his arm, and you watch the sword kind of collapse into it, and it changes, and you see what looks almost like a little sphere with a hollow sphere kind of appears on the end of it, and you see him kind of chug his arm, and from inside the gun itself you see this little vial pop down that he goes out to the end of this little sphere, and you see something sharp poke out of it, very needle-like. He comes over to Fade and just shoves it into his arm.
Ow. Please, no.
And I need you to roll.
I have 1 hit point. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh, where is the thing?
Pray for healing potion injector?
4d8. I need you to roll 4d8 for me.
Okay.
He's healing you with needles of healing.
48 roll of 23.
Nice.
You regain 23 hit points.
Oh, thank God.
Alright.
Oh, the knife. I like the knife again.
I'm just gonna stay over here.
So he comes out, and after he does that, he again kind of clicks it and it switches back to that sword. He goes, I think you should prepare for the worst. And he moves another 5, 10 feet over this way. No, he's not that dumb. He moves 10 feet over this way. and ends his turn.
All right. I'm down for some help.
I'm just gonna keep like a 20-foot distance away from him.
Yeah. Maybe not the worst idea in the world. Maybe you're not sure.
Don't know if I'd be as lucky to get a healing stab. Okay.
The non-healing stab.
Of death.
All right, now I'm finally ready. Sorry about that. So that ends his turn. That brings us to Fade. You are up next.
First of all, don't be sorry about that last turn. That was fine.
So you're up. What you doing?
I move over here.
Okay.
I look at the dragon and I say, "Not today," and I banish him. And then I move behind the stupid rock with the rest of my movement.
You banish him. Wow.
Get out of here for 1 minute, Mr. Dragon. We have some handlers to take care of.
What kind of save is that?
Okay.
You don't get the save. You're just gone.
Huh?
No, it's a charisma.
Charisma?
Yeah.
What's your spell save DC?
That is 16.
What?
Rolled a 1.
So as you sit there and you concentrate on the holy symbol that is still underneath your skin, if I remember correctly, you feel that a familiar burning sensation in the pain. And as you sit there trying to concentrate, the pain just becomes a little bit unbearable as the dragon itself kind of and roars in your direction, and it seems unaffected by the spell.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
No.
All right, so that brings us to another surprise.
Wow.
All right, what do we got? Sure, we'll use this. As you guys are sitting there, you see the gentleman that you've known as the Serrated Death go, "Oh, you're probably wondering exactly where I got my name from. Fluffy!"
Ah!
And you see this massive hunk of metal and razor wire and jagged edges come running out of the wall where he came from. That's going to be...
Damn.
What?
Oh, he has awesome speed. Okay, cool. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He's going to move here. Actually, he's going to move right here. And so you see just this giant mechanical something coming out, and it's just full of these jagged edges, and you can see it's got like a mouth full of teeth and these arms that end in these wicked looking claws, and it looks rough. And yeah, and it's just gonna kind of chill there for a little bit. It's gonna be like cool. That brings us to Kata. You have a new friend in front of you. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I am going to transform into a giant elk, and then move 6, 5, 10, 15, 20. Towards this
Okay.
this crystal, and I'll end my turn.
All right. So now that there we go. All right. So now that the two casters have kind of seen a new entry into this, they're starting to become slightly more worried about their odds. And they are still going to take, since you offered, Avok, you see the one kind of in line with you, firing 3 bolts of magical energy in your direction.
Yay.
17 to hit.
It just hit me.
Higher than that. And higher than that.
Ow.
So that's 18 force damage total. As 3 bolts of force just come in and smack you.
Ouch.
And knowing that bad things are about to happen, he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he moves over here. This one, on the other hand, is probably going to take pot shots at the big beast. That's definitely nice. So I don't think I have that written down. I'm a really well-prepared DM, I promise.
We still love you.
I totally did not put enough. Uh, 13. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So he takes 2 pot shots at this giant mechanical monstrosity. Both of them hit for 12 damage. All right. And then he actually repositions himself 5, 10, 15, 25, down here and does his final shot at Kata for a 15 versus armor class.
Hits.
6 force damage. It slams into you with a bolt of force. That ends their turn. Elaine, you are up.
I'm about to go shank a guy. So let's see. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cunning action dash.
Okay.
So I can get all the way over to this guy.
Remember, you have reach with your weapon, by the way.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm about to smack him with it.
Okay.
I forgot to write down all the bonuses for it.
It's
I
Dex.
rolled a 15. Oh, so Dex. 18.
So, yeah. And then you're proficient in it, so plus your proficiency. So
That was like 21.
that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
I'm the most unprepared Dragon Knight ever, okay? I should remind myself to open these things before the game. Or I should print it out. That would be awesome.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'll probably do that after the game. What is damage dice for this thing?
I want to say it's 1d8.
That was beautiful. Plus dexterity, plus... No, that's probably it. Because I'm not getting sneak attack on this.
Not currently, no. There's no one next to him.
Do I get the dragon damage
If you're transformed,
if I'm transformed? Okay.
no.
We got 1d8. Okay, yeah, I did 5 damage.
So you guys watch as Elaine starts running across the sand, dodging around the patches of glass, spinning his dragon tail weapon around him, kind of wrapping itself around him until finally he kind of throws it out, and it goes out and pierces one of the casters right in the chest and pulls it back. It doesn't look like it cut very deep, though. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I probably still have movement left. I was over here. No, I'm good.
All right. So he ends his turn. Next up is everybody's favorite creature on the map.
Oh no.
Don't recharge. Don't recharge.
I should probably check to see if it recharges.
Damn it.
No.
All right. The only one of you guys that's tried to do anything was Elaine to it, right? And you missed.
I guess.
Oh, I should probably look at the right. That would have been bad. All right, so the creature takes flight. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually comes right towards you. I'm going to have you make a grapple check to see if you can ride it, Avok.
Okay,
So that's
that
your strength versus its strength. Or your athletics versus its athletics.
that works for me, I think. 25.
So you guys watch as this dragon comes over, and you guys watch as Avok just kind of readies himself, and as the dragon gets there, it comes down to try and bite Avok with a really, really bad roll. And so as the jaws just kind of clamp down, you sit there and kind of grab on to its nostrils and just pull yourself up, trying to get on its neck. It sits there and fights violently, flipping left and right, trying to knock you off of it. And you get it into kind of this hold where you're on there pretty good. But because you're on its neck, it still has the ability to try and swipe at you. So it's going to try clawing you a little bit.
Right.
It's a good plus. 26.
Ow.
And 14.
You miss.
All right, so the first attack comes and slashes you for 12 slashing damage.
Half, I'm still raging.
Yepers. And kind of cuts into your bare skin and stuff like that, but you barely feel it with the rage just pumping through your veins. As you see the other one coming up, you absent-mindedly smack it away with the sword that you're holding while still holding your grip. So you now have the target grappled. Yeah. Because of the size of the target and the fact that it's a dragon, instead of it being completely immobile, it's basically at half speed and can't fly.
Ooh.
But it can still move a little bit because it's a massive creature.
Rawr.
That ends its turn. That brings us to Avok. You're on top of the dragon.
Yes, I am. I want to show this dragon who's boss, so I want to, well, tame it, I guess.
Tame it?
I don't know, like, just like a, like tame, like tame a wild horse, sort of, just like, like in a rodeo.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Well, I have a +1 in that at least. Right, that's 15.
So looking at this creature, you've never met a dragon before, or you've only met one dragon before. You have no idea if they even are tameable. Like, even legends don't really talk about dragons that much. However, your knowledge of animals in general You notice that the pupils are kind of, they look kind of dilated. There's a little bit of foaming at the mouth. You don't think, because you know dragons are intelligent creatures, you don't think this particular creature right now has the capability of being tamed or even fighting well on a team. As you notice, both of the people that are on its team ran like crazy away from it. You're relatively certain that it's just in kind of a bestial rage, kind of like you, but much less control. So
Okay. Did that animal handling use my action?
I'm gonna say that used your bonus action.
Okay, fair. Then I'm just gonna smack it in the head twice with my sword. So,
All right, go for it.
Yeah. All right. First one is right. So 27 for the first hit. I rolled a 19.
Oh,
so.
definitely a hit.
All right. Second is the same.
All right, roll damage. You did well.
Yes, I did. I missed my axe though. All right. So now one. Right. I use you. 5 plus. And I'm raging, so 1, 2. 11 damage on the first hit.
All right.
Much better. That. Oh wait, no, that's a. Nope, that's actually not better. God, I'm rolling a percentile die at the moment, so. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Math is hard. Stay in school, kids.
I'll play stay in school.
Yes.
Yeah. Aside from that, 8 damage on the second hit.
All right. All right. So you guys watch as on top of this kind of hardened glass, burnt glass, you see Avok up there, kind of riding this creature, just slamming the sword into it repeatedly as the creature's just crying out in pain and latching out at whatever it can. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I think that's it.
All right. That brings us to our good friend over here. What's the range on that? That's not bad at all. Okay, cool. What other cool shit can he do?
All the things.
So, he moves over here, and he takes out a glowing rock. And he goes, "Hey, stupid! I think this might help you." And he throws this rock at you, Avok. Make me a dex save.
Okay.
Or acrobatics check, whatever you would prefer.
Acrobatics. No, it doesn't matter. We'll go with the dex save because I have advantage on dex saves, which helps. 17.
Good enough. You sit there and you're still trying to do it and you catch it. And he goes, "I think you'll find that that'll be quite useful if you use it." And then you watch him sit there and click his arm again, and you watch the sword disappear, and what looks like a round tube come out of it, and he aims at what looks like aiming right at you. And you see this green liquid spew out, and fails to save. This green liquid spew out and hit the dragon for more damage than I can. Math is hard. Boy, I roll like shit. All right. So you watch him sit there and fire off what appears to be acid, because as soon as it strikes the dragon's skin, it starts boiling and bubbling, and the dragon again cries out in pain. And I think bonus action, he still has some movement and doesn't like the giant dragon. He moves back there to kind of break line of sight a little bit, and you hear him go, "Fluffy, kill!" And he points at over in the direction of Kata and the other magic user. That ends that. Fade, you are up.
All right, I'm going to run around this rock a little bit, and then I will... Misty step over to the bottom guy, like directly in front of him, and I want to grab him both sides of the head and do some damage with a vampiric touch spell.
Okay.
For 20 to hit.
Definitely hits. Which guy are you going for?
The bottom, bottom caster. It's actually not letting me move my thing again.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. Could you do that, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right in front of him, and then I'm going to vampiric touch his face, using my channel divinity to suck 30 points of life out of him.
Wow.
And heal myself for a little bit.
Man, I always forget how deadly that attack is when you use it.
Alright, so you guys watch as Fade sits there and kind of vanishes into a cloud of... What color smoke do you vanish into with your Misty Step?
I think it has to be blue.
Blue, okay. So you guys watch him vanish into a cloud of blue smoke and appear next to this guy. And as he appears with his hands around this guy's... it's an attack roll. With his hands around this guy's head, and he sits there, and you watch as his face becomes more wrinkled, and you see him just scream in agony as some of the wounds on Fade begin to close. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Good.
All right. It's Fluffy's turn. You guys hear this massive sound of grinding metal against metal as this beast starts moving 1, 2, 3, all the way down to the point where make a dex save, Fade.
Oh boy. Okay. Seven.
You are pushed to the side and knocked prone as it comes just screaming past you. Making an attack roll. Really shitty armor, so it doesn't matter. So many things going on at the same time. So he sits there and he takes 8 damage from this beast just coming in and ripping into it. Fails his save. He hits the ground, and the creature takes his other arm, which appears to have like this jagged, pointed, almost spear-like quality to it, and shoves it into the creature, into the magic user. And he actually gets advantage because he's prone. And disembowels him. Completely comes over and just crunch, crunch, pow! And demolishes this creature from existence. and then it kind of shifts around a little bit, looking for its next target. That ends Fluffy's turn. Kata, you're up.
Seeing as how the caster is now dead, I am going to turn around and try to ram the dragon.
Technically, it's 20 feet up in the air,
Oh.
and as an elk, you really can't
Wait,
climb.
he can't fly. What? I'm on him, and you.
Yeah, you're both 20 feet. You're on top of the crystals. That's where he met you. So you guys are both 20 feet up in the air on these crystals.
You can ram into the crystals and break them.
Yeah, you could try breaking the crystals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. I can try to do that.
Okay. Then make an attack. Just make a straight up attack.
Okay. 21.
Definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
You don't have anything special about damage to masonry or anything, right?
Reach the damage.
I don't think so. Not as an elf.
Nah. No, but would the I did technically charge, didn't I?
Yeah, it's still a charge.
Okay. So I'm doing 46 damage.
Go for it.
Alright.
And off elk, the often overlooked killer.
Oh, wait a minute. That's my D8.
So you're like, how did I roll an 8 on a D6?
Yes,
So weird.
that's exactly what happened.
These D6 are awesome and
And
misshapen.
It's 12 damage.
All right. Oh wait. So as you sit there and you smack into it, you notice that the crystal itself begins to crack and crumble with the added weight of a dragon and a relatively heavy barbarian.
Yeah, all muscle.
The crystal itself begins to break, and we're going to put you here. Dexterity saving throw from you, Avok, or strength saving throw, actually.
Strength or do I
Strength,
choose?
strength saving throw, because you're trying to hold on. So there's not really anything dexterous about it.
No biggie. That's a 16.
Good enough. You're still holding on to him. The dragon itself falls. Wow, that's max. It's just a good max. As the dragon falls, it falls on its wing, and Avok, you hear a very satisfying crunching sound as it damages one of its bones as it hits the ground. It cries out in pain and seems kind of pissed. Elaine, you are up.
I'm gonna hit this guy again
Okay.
and hopefully do more than 5 damage.
Otherwise, you have your dragon attacks. You have your dragon transformation.
There's also still a dragon on the field.
Okay.
Working on it.
Just in case. 18.
18 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, nice. I rolled an 8. 11 damage.
I have to do math. All right, so you, again, kind of wrap it around yourself, fly, it sticks in and comes out. Again, not doing a ton of damage, but still obviously hitting this guy. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Just have a movement and a bonus action.
Yeah. I'm gonna move back a little bit. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move over here.
All right. Then it's the wizard's turn. He is going to move here to get a better shot. So unprepared right now. It's amazing. Starts with a P and it's an S. I'm really sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's all good.
These guys have such shitty everything. Which is going to end wonderfully, I know. Oh, this is really bad.
I'll be the judge of that.
Well, let's go ahead and do this anyways. So, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yep. I need Avok, Kata, and Faye to all make me wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
With advantage.
Okay. How about
6.
19.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, ignore it. You guys feel your minds start to be taken over for a moment, and then it goes away. Because these are the worst characters ever, and I'm only shooting magical bolts of energy with it from now on.
Was he trying to charm or something? Because I'm immune to that while raging.
It would have been a charm effect, but doesn't
Then
matter.
I'm too pissed off to even think about it.
That ends them. That brings us to Avok. You're up again.
Alright, so SD gave me a glowy ball, apparently.
Yeah, it's a little stone, but it's kind of glowing. And you feel energy emanating from it.
Okay. And then I whacked the dragon with it.
You start to get the understanding that if you focus on it, the whatever energy is in it will activate as your action, or I think it'll be a bonus action for this one specifically. But so you're
Okay.
going to focus on it as a bonus action.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'm not gonna whack it. I'm just like,
So you sit
Think-
there, and while you're looking at this stone and you kind of hold it, the energy contained within it just starts spewing out, and it starts enveloping you in this kind of mystical armor, and your AC is increased by 2
Nice.
I like that.
for as long as your new friend concentrates on the Shield of Faith spell you just cast.
Ah.
That's better than what I've been dealing with. All right then. Okay. Whack, whack. The
Go for
dragon. All right. That's a 25 for the first hit.
Definitely a hit.
Okay. Second hit is 18.
Still a hit. Barely, but a hit.
Okay.
Just go ahead and just give me all the damage at once, so I have to do less math.
Gotcha. Okay. So.
Because math is hard, kids.
Okay. 14. Better. 30 damage total.
All right, so you guys see again Avok sitting up there just wailing on the creature as much as he can. The thick hide of this dragon is making it very difficult to see exactly how much damage you're doing, but you're slowly starting to work through it. You haven't drawn blood yet, but it's definitely taking the damage. Anything else you want to do?
I'm still gonna stay on it. It gets me out of its breath weapon range. I don't mind taking smacks from it.
All right, then. It's time for your new friend. Yeah, he's actually just going to run up. Yeah, he's going to take another pot shot at the dragon. So again, you see him kind of point his arm at the dragon and shoot out this stream of acid. No, it doesn't. And so he takes more damage as the acid spills over his skin. I did the exact same number of damage. That's funny. All right, and so as he sits there and he spews this acid at the creature, you can see that as the dragon tries to get it off and it hits the sand and everything, you can see the scales have started to pierce and there's little bits of dark blue blood dripping from a few of its wounds. It's starting to look a little rough. You can see the foam around its mouth is starting to take on a bluish tint. Again, he's not a huge fan of dragons. He's going to go back here. And that ends his turn. Fade! What would you like to do? You have a friend standing next to you.
The caster that we just killed, how did this creature kill him? Like, what was the attack?
So he came over and he has these two massive arms. On one arm are this like claw serrated edge like thing, and on the other it's just a giant pointy piece of metal. And so when he came over, he just impaled the creature on the piece. He first slashed him with his claws and then just impaled him on the metal.
But the body is intact.
There's a giant hole in it.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. All right.
Still intact, yeah.
Yeah, I dragged the body behind the rock.
Okay.
And I bring it back to life.
Of course you do.
That's only slightly creepy. Okay, is there a roll or anything you have to make, or it just happens?
No, it's just a
This
thing.
just happens.
Okay.
Doesn't that take like a minute?
Actually, that's...
Let's find out.
What is it, reanimate dead?
No, animate dead.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you don't need to once you get into reanimating the dead, like once it's the dead guy's already been animated once, it's just there's diminishing returns.
It does. Can't do it.
Okay.
So,
What else do you want to do?
close to the dragon as I can get, 30 or 60 feet.
Okay. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get there in 30 feet. Still have action.
I can? Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah. I'm gonna grab whatever part of the dragon I can and try to inflict some wounds.
Yeah.
Cool. So now you're groping the dragon.
I sure am.
Totally fine.
I'm using a max level spell slot,
Dragon!
and I missed. Unless a 9 hits.
Let me
Do I have
check.
advantage or anything? Zavox
Not-
on him?
No. If you could find a way to knock the dragon prone, maybe, but
I couldn't get there. I was knocked over. I was prone because the big guy knocked me over.
oh yeah. So you
Yeah.
you
Redact
be-
that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just put me back where I was. I'm going to shoot a chill touch at the other wizard.
Okay.
And if we want, we can use that roll, or I can roll again. I don't care.
That's fine. We'll just use the roll that you already made. So,
Okay.
chill touch. You guys watch as this ghostly hand erupts from Fade's grasp, flies across, and the other wizard just goes and deflects it away. I just realized the dragon forgot to do his turn, so the dragon's going to do his turn now.
Oh, crap.
And he's going to see if he gets his spell, his thingy back, which he does.
Oh, no.
What can he do? He's gonna be mean. Especially
What can
since
he-
you've technically destroyed that crystal, so not you. You.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh.
And you see lightning start sparking from its mouth, and it shoots a lightning bolt. And I need Kata and Elaine to both make me dexterity saving throws.
Crap.
Natural 20!
Damn.
19.
You're taking half of that damage at
So
least.
you both take half damage. So you take 22 lightning damage as it shoots this bolt of lightning breath through you both.
Still hurts a lot.
Mhm.
And that ends the dragon's turn because it doesn't have anything else cool it gets to do. So that's Fade. It's Fluffy time. Fluffy is 5, 10, 15. Yeah, Fluffy's gonna go over and meet the dragon. Fluffy hits.
Go Fluffy.
Does claws 8 damage. He tries to see if he can knock over the dragon with Avok on it, unfortunately.
I'll be fine.
Darn.
Yeah. So he makes the save, and that ends Fluffy's turn. Kata, you are up. You have just been sizzled.
Yes, I have.
And what I can do...
I'm going to try and go to a more advantage. Can I get to a more get to a better place to ram it without hurting Avok?
It's
don't
big
think-
enough that you can ram it without hitting Avok. Your only
I'm-
issue is going to be like you can hit it all day without touching Avok. It's
Okay.
big. There's a lot of surface area.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot where the only thing I have to worry about is his claws and tail.
Okay.
But
but I-
you if you go out
As
of its
long as-
attack range, you'll get
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, as long as I don't move like completely out of its attack range, I can still like try and move in
Yeah,
the
you can still move
perimeter.
around it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move over here, and I'm going to ram it again.
Go for it.
Oh, that's not gonna hit. And that's an 8.
All right, so you guys watch as Kata in her elk form kind of paws the sand around it and starts moving around, comes around, building up speed, and the dragon lifts its wing, and she kind of bounces off the wing, not doing any damage to the dragon itself. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm going to use a, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna use a, 3rd level, slot to heal myself.
Okay, with healing word? Or no, because you're druid. Cool.
Yeah, yep.
So you watch some of the burnt and scarred fur and a little bit of the blood start to kind of glow and disappear, and Kata suddenly looks nicer.
Yeah. I'll try to do it.
All right, so this brings us back up to Elaine.
Let's see. What will I do? I'm gonna use a point and transform.
Okay. So you guys watch as the golden armor that Elaine has been wearing starts to glow and starts to grow spikes and things like that, and he starts turning to this slightly more draconic appearance. Wings sprout from his back, and his dragon tail weapon starts to look that much more wicked, and he glows with this golden energy. And what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go over here,
Okay.
and we're gonna use my other point to slam this freaking dragon.
Okay.
Take a knock on it. Is it large or is it bigger than large?
It is large.
Oh, so if this hits, it's screwed.
And you crit on 18 or higher
Oh boy.
with a dragon attack. So
Which of these dice do I want to roll?
I'm assuming that was bad.
It wasn't the one.
Okay, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
So you guys watch again as Elaine starts moving this whip around, and it actually almost seems like he's controlling this thing as it goes, and it goes and attempts to wrap around one of the dragon's legs, and he yanks at it and doesn't seem to get into grip. For the life of me, I can't remember if it does half damage on a miss.
I don't think it does anything on a miss.
I don't think so either. I think it's too low a level for it to do that.
It is on a hit is the only thing it ever does
Yep.
anything on.
So you sit there and you just weren't able to get it to do anything. But you're still dragonfied until the end of your next turn. So, I mean, that's something.
I have no more dragon points.
All right. Next up is going to be our friend the wizard. The wizard has noticed that there's a dude that likes to put his hands on people's faces and suck the life out of them. And he doesn't think that's the greatest thing in the world. So you see 3 bolts of arcane energy start flying in your direction, Fade. That's a nat 20.
Those don't hit me.
Yeah. I'm immune to nat 20s.
It's an automatic miss.
Tell me.
14. Does a 14 hit?
Negative.
How about even lower than that? Does that hit?
Negative.
So you take 12 damage as he fires this burst of arcane energy, 12 force damage, and it slams into your armor.
Ow.
And he's a little bitch. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and try to huddle down behind. Even though it's not full cover, he's going to try and huddle down behind it a little bit. Cool. That ends that. That brings us to Now it's the actual dragon's turn to do something. So we're going to see if he
one
gets...
dragon on this field. And that was me.
What? Still not liking the fact that there's something on his neck. You get 2 claw attacks, Avok. First one's a nat 20.
Crap.
Second one is a 2.
Miss.
I have to do math because...
Breaking that 20s.
16. 21 slashing damage to you.
And half of that would be 11, 12, 10.
10.
10? Okay.
Yeah. Always run down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it did lightning damage too.
I'm sorry,
Not
what?
for you. Not for you, though. And then it's going to try and take a bite out of Kata. That's a 19 on the die. I'm going to assume
Yeah.
that hits. So
Yeah,
you
that
take
hits.
16 piercing damage and 5 lightning damage. As it takes a big old bite out of your flesh.
And I am back to the normal kata.
So you guys watch as the creature sits there and takes this large chunk out of the elk, and you watch as the form shifts and changes, and you see Kata standing there, drenched in sweat, breathing rather heavily, but looking still determined.
Yeah, that was just enough to bring me back to default HP.
Cool. Avok, you're up.
Alright. Oh, he hits me, I hit him. Alright, so 2 swing attacks against the
Go for
blue
it.
bastard. Okay, that's 27 on the first hit.
That's a miss, I'm sorry.
I know. Come on, give me a... That's 12 on the second hit. I'm going to
That
assume
actually is a miss.
Yeah.
That's a real miss.
Yeah. Alright, so 1 hit. With minuscule damage. Fuck.
What do you got?
10 damage.
It's not bad. So again, your first hit again hits one of the hardened dragon scales and just bounces. Or your second hit does that. Your first hit, though, you're able to dig underneath one of the scales, and you see you bring the sword back, and it now has a kind of greasy coating of this dark blue blood that this dragon is bleeding. The dragon itself is breathing heavier. Since you're still on the creature, it's not. You can feel how heavy its breathing is and everything like that. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm just gonna shout to everybody, "Keep at it, it's getting weaker!"
All right, it's your good friend. Who's going to go 5, 10, 30? He's going to go over here. And he's going to take a shot at Hindenburg over here. Who actually has... Well, it doesn't matter. You see him sit there and switch, again, kind of click his arm again, and this time you see almost like, it's not polo. The thing where you have like the ball and you have the like arm things that you throw the ball with.
Highlight.
Lacrosse?
Lacrosse, there we go. You see kind of like a lacrosse thing, and you see this little vial of red liquid fall into it, and then you see him use it to just chuck, and an explosion happens over here. And you see the guy meet fire. Wow, I'm rolling low. 14. Cool. And so you see this very large explosion come from this mixture of chemicals that he just chucked at this guy. And the wizard himself is starting to bleed pretty heavily now. He's looking kind of rough, but he's still there. And that ends his turn. That brings us to Fade.
Question.
Answer.
Now that we are level 8, I have my improved weapon attack thing.
Sure.
Would that apply to my spiritual weapon?
It would not.
Okay.
Just to your melee attacks.
Okay. Then I will. Can I get to a place on the right side near the small gray crystal where I could get a shot off at stupid guy?
The red crystal is only half cover.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you can, as long as you you move there, you're.
Yeah.
He has a slightly higher AC than normal. Is all that means.
Okay, that's fine. So move me two more up, and then I'm going to throw a chill touch at him again.
Okay.
For an 11.
Which unfortunately misses.
And then I will bonus action spiritual weapon next to the dragon. And I will see if that can hit.
What's your spiritual weapon?
Normally it's a mace, but it's actually a warhammer right now. So 21 to hit the dragon. And it will be...
That's awesome.
6 force damage to the Dargon.
The Ragon.
I am done.
All right, so you guys watch as Fade steps forward and again fires another chill touch at the other magic user who dodges out of the way. And then he kind of looks over and you see his arm glow again, and this mystical warhammer appears out of nowhere and swings at the dragon, just barely missing Avok, slams into it, cracking more of its scales, and is bleeding even heavier now.
Femi, watch where you're swinging the damn thing.
Fluffy's going to do something stupid. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30. Yeah, Fluffy can totally do that. Fluffy runs straight over to this guy and actually, because he's large, just kind of goes over the wall there.
Thank you, Fluffy.
He gets a bite attack that misses miserably.
Whoa.
And then he takes a swing at this dude. Hits really well for 8 damage. And we see if the guy gets to stay up. He's now prone, and so Fluffy decides to finish him off by thrusting into him like the other one. As he runs over there, he comes over, again slashes, the guy falls to the ground, and Fluffy just plunges the serrated edge of his other fist in there, pulls it out, and lets out this very mechanical roar. Cool, Fluffy's done. Kata, you're up.
As my bonus action, I'm going to turn into a saber-toothed tiger.
All right, you guys watch as Kata lets out this growl of rage. Saber-toothed tiger's large, right?
Yes, they are.
And she starts growing and falls down on all fours. You see these large teeth start to form out of her mouth. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bite attack. Uh, 24.
24 hits, roll damage.
Okay. Okay, so I got to get up 9 to 10.
So here's a tip for all you young DMs out there. Hydration, very useful when you're talking for hours.
13 points of piercing damage.
All right. Who's that? Oh, that's much better. Damn. All right, you said 13, right?
Yep.
All right, so you guys watch as Kata sits there and sinks her teeth into this dragon. As you pull it away, you can taste the dragon blood. and it's acrid and actually kind of burns with a little bit of acidity as you spit it out of your mouth. But you see this large gaping hole that you've left in the dragon. It's looking really, really rough. Elaine, you are up.
Okay, well, we're gonna see if this works slightly better than last time. We're gonna try and hit it. This thinking will. Okay, that's a lot better than a 2. It's a 19.
19 hits. You do get sneak attack because you've got a lot of friends.
Yeah, he's about to be hurt.
And you get the extra damage from your
Yeah.
dragon attack, or transformation too.
Kill it.
Come on.
Math. Okay. I don't know why I did that. It would have been easier if I had did it that way. 16. Wait. Am I supposed to add my dexterity to the attack?
Yes, you are.
Damage?
So it should be a D8
19.
for the weapon, a D4 for the dragon die. I think 3D6 for
And then plus 3 because dexterity.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's 19.
19. All right, so you guys watch again. It goes forward, and this time as the dragon tail goes out, it actually goes in and pierces, and you see this eruption of flame as it pierces the skin. And he pulls back, and again another deep gash in it, and you start to notice a pool of blood discoloring the sand beneath the dragon itself. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Over there, 30 feet. No. We're gonna just counter action and dash. Find that. Okay, we're good.
All right, and then you watch as Elaine kind of flaps his wing and flies off over behind one of the glass formations. As he touches the ground, you notice the draconic features shrink back and the wings disappear, and he's now a more regular-looking creature. Next up is going to be Abok. Do something cool.
Do it.
I'm just gonna try and kill this thing.
Go for it. You spent the entire time on top of this dragon.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. Okay, so that's gonna be a 26 on the first hit.
It's a miss, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Second hit is a 20 unnatural. So,
Okay, both of those hit. Go and roll damage.
all right, I'll just give you the total. Give me a sec. $22 damage total.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear. Yes. All right, I want to. Pretty much, yeah. I'm still on like his neck, and
Yeah.
all right, I just want to thrust down onto his like skull and just bring it to the ground, like.
Legend of Zelda style.
So you guys
Yeah,
watch.
sure, definitely. Have me link that shit.
So you guys watch as Avok sitting there, and the dragon is writhing around in fury. It swings its tail at Kata, and Kata bats it away with her big giant claw. It tries to swing at the hammer itself and just goes straight through. And as this is happening, Avok, you actually lose your grip and start tumbling backwards. and it sees its opportunity. It takes a swing with its tail, trying to bat you away. And midair, you kind of contort your body so that you kick off the tail, going straight for its head, coming down on top of it with your sword clutched in both hands, piercing through the top of the skull, and the force of the dragon's own attack and your own weight forces you all the way to the ground as you pin the dragon's head to the ground with your long sword. The crowd goes wild.
All right.
No big deal, but thank you. Well,
Yeah, I just. You like that? You fucking like that?
Roll me a performance check, Ava.
Performance. Alrighty. 20 unnatural.
Nice.
All right, so you hear the audience itself starts getting bigger and bigger and wilder until you see the wall over here open up and you see the familiar look of guards with those kind of gripping two-pincered spears coming towards you guys and trying to push you over here back to where you came.
I transform back and follow their lead.
You notice that the gentleman whom you thought was the serrated death doesn't even worry about it and just kind of walks over there. And the creature that you think is where he gets his nickname from wanders over with him. And that means I can do that. And you guys head back.
oh, I try to drag this corpse with me.
Okay. As you start trying to drag the corpse, you have 3 guards that come over to you and start pointing these, saying, "Leave it, traitor."
Keep what you kill.
Okay. Does a 17 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Okay. Does a 24 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Really?
No, it does.
Okay, I was like, do you have that high armor class? Do you have a shield spell or something? So you see, as you start to pick it up, one of the guys comes over and just tries to get you around the neck with his spear. And you very, nonchalantly kind of just redirect it with your mace, right? That's what you got?
Yep.
Yeah, you just redirect it with your mace, and then you feel a very similar sensation of one of those things scraping past your neck, giving you only 5 slashing damage as it cuts through, and you feel the very familiar feeling of 2 spikes that are poised to open up both of the veins that supply blood to your brain.
Can I fall to the ground when he hits me?
Theoretically, because of the collar that's now on you, if you fall to the ground, they will pierce your neck.
Will it kill me?
You'll
I want
immediately
to fall.
start making death saves, is what will happen. You'll immediately be
shit.
taken to 0 hit points and start making death saves because you'll have 2 arteries bleeding out.
Fine.
Oh god. No. No.
Okay.
Just leave it.
So do you fall or do you just kind of go with them?
I'm deciding. I guess I go with him.
All right. So you guys see Fade being very roughly handled. You see the guard that missed before has now gotten shackles and has shackled your hands behind you, Fade. And has also gotten a contraption that you've actually seen before, but the rest of you guys haven't. What it is it's a set of basically string and things that are designed to make it so that you can't use your fingers for casting spells. It kind of ties up your fingers. Eladrin use it whenever they're dealing with a spellcaster to prevent them from doing the somatic components of any spells. So they do that, and they start taking you forward, and they push you into the room. And the rest of you guys, do you go in? Do you fight?
Nah, I don't fight.
Going in.
I begrudgingly walk and just tell them, you guys fucking suck. Such sports.
All right. So you guys are all pushed back into the room. The door closes, and as before, you're just kind of sitting in there waiting for something to happen. The dwarf that's in there with you says nothing as he kind of goes over and he clicks his arm again. It spins around, and you see what looks like a set of tinkering tools on the end of it, and he starts kind of fixing the creature that he was commanding, that he calls Fluffy. Just kind of messing with a few things here and kind of fine-tuning things, repairing a little bit of the damage that it took during the fight. Would you guys like to do?
I pretty much tossed him back the little orb that he tossed me. Thanks for the assist.
He looks at it and he drops it. He's like, "It's a rock. You can keep it if you'd like. The magic has been spent." And he goes back to tinkering with this really massive thing. Like, the creature itself stands about somewhere between like 10 and 15 feet tall. It's about probably close to about 10 feet in length. It's this massive, not really humanoid, probably closer to almost reptilian in shape, if it wasn't for the fact that it's entirely made out of metal scraps and other things like that.
So, what the hell is...
And as you say that, he goes, "You may wish to brace yourselves." And the ground drops out from underneath you.
Damn it.
And you guys fall back in a very familiar fashion into the underground kind of city that you were in before, where they keep all of the gladiators. As you look around, you guys are kind of dusting yourselves off. You see that Fluffy has basically picked him up and prevented him from like falling down, and so he just kind of steps off this large creation, continues tinkering with it. What would you guys like to do?
I have a thing that I want to try.
Okay.
So, just Fade's backstory is more or less he got taken back and experimented with some weird magic and found a new deity.
Mm-hmm.
I got training from that dagger, right?
Training from
From the dagger that presented me with...
technically, not really training as much as direction. The reason that you were chosen was because you already had an affinity with it. He kind of just gave you a new holy text for you to kind of examine and let you kind of teach yourself.
So I haven't met anyone else on this path, more or less.
Other than the other people that you worked with, because technically, all the other clerics that you dealt with there were all followers of the same deity, or at least they invoked her power.
Okay, I'm not going to try something.
Okay.
Go back to our house.
All right. You
Do
guys
we
all
want-
gonna follow him?
Yes.
All right. I'm assuming one of you guys picks up Song's unconscious
yeah.
body.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
pick her up.
All right.
Grab her by the tail and drag her.
Drag her.
So as you guys start going away, Elaine, you feel a weight on your shoulder as you see the dwarf has kind of grabbed onto your shoulder and says, we need to talk.
What about?
Alone.
Where at?
The location is irrelevant. You and I need to speak. Tell your friends you will meet them later.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, let them know. I'll catch up with them later.
Well, okay. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
It's fine. Let's go. I'll be back.
okay.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you guys kind of wander off towards the house that you are currently living in. And after he takes his hand off of your shoulder, he kind of looks you up and down, turns back around and goes back to tinkering with this creation of his. And he goes, I believe that I may have wronged you when we spoke last.
I mean, considering what you said, I don't feel like the reaction was justified.
That day, there was, you look a lot like him, to be honest. And I knew that what I was doing was against the law, but you were so young, and I'd seen how they treated you. And because of my decision, my family paid. I've been down here ever since that fateful day. This, and he kind of shows you his mechanical type arm. I lost this the first day I was here to another gladiator's blade. And I realized that everything I dedicated my life to, my craft, my name, my family, everything was about as useful as the lump of flesh lying on the arena floor. And I could either sit there and wait to join it, or I could make something of myself. When I saw you, I blamed you for something that you had no control over, and I do apologize for that. But you and your friends have been sent here to die. And from what I've seen, you are very capable. But you need to make the decision to either lie down and wait to become as useless as my former hand, or make something of yourself. Do you understand me?
Yeah. We don't exactly have any plans to just lie down and die here.
The only advice I can offer is forget the idea of escape. I've been here longer than any gladiator ever, and I have never seen one get out alive. Life here is hard, but every day that you do not die is a spit in the face of those Eladrin bastards. You see him again kind of flick his mechanical arm, and you see a very familiar empty sphere, and a little vial drops into it, and he takes it out with his other hand. He goes, "Here, drink this. It will help."
I question it a little bit. Can I sniff it? Does
Yeah.
it smell safe?
Make a perception check for me.
Oh. It smells perfectly safe. That's a 6.
You can't. It smells magical.
I'm gonna drink it.
Okay. Roll 48.
I have to get used to D8s. It's weird.
See, I'm so used to using them because, like, my monk uses D8s, my paladin uses D8s. I use them all the time.
I'm used to D6s. 18.
Okay, so you regain 18 hit points as you drink the kind of bizarre tasting liquid. You've had healing potions before, and this has hints of that, but there's something kind of different about it.
Thank you.
I'm going to return to my home before they call me to fight again. Be careful. Scar's watching you. He's not pleased, and as much as he may fear me, but that's mostly because of what Fluffy left him with the last time he decided to anger me. I cannot protect you. There are far more weaker creatures here that deserve my protection more.
That's fine. I think me and my friends can handle ourselves pretty well.
As I've seen, you are apparently like me. You are unique. I've never seen one who can sprout wings on command.
Yeah, something I'm still kind of getting used to.
It will definitely serve you well here, but because it happened in such a public place, Scar is aware of it. And he covets power and those who have it.
Well, he can definitely come and try and take it.
Good luck. I wish you the best. And if I can help you, I will. Sleep with one eye open for as long as you are here. And he goes back and he flicks his mechanical arm, and the tinkering tools come out, and he starts repairing Fluffy again. And then he kind of pauses and turns around and goes, "How did you arrive here? I've never heard of them sending a half-elf into the arena."
It's kind of a long story.
Then perhaps it is best that we leave it to another time. You're weak, you need rest. And he turns, he's like, all right, Fluffy, it's time for us to leave. You know, I never learned your name.
It's Elaine.
Elaine. I'm happy that you still live, despite the rather unfortunate way that you are about to die. And he walks
Same.
off.
I'll just kind of yell after him, same to you, and then head to the house.
All right. So, you guys arrive at your place. As you get there, you notice that the pile of hay that was there is no more.
Oscar. Did we see anyone on the way back?
Make me a perception check.
Should I make one too?
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm looking for like a small group of other fighters.
25?
What? How much?
25.
Oh, I thought you said 55. I'm like, that's not possible.
No.
Okay,
Not
so
even
25
Vex
fade.
can do that.
14.
14. So as you guys are wandering, Fade, you're kind of glancing around and you notice that so many of the quote-unquote buildings around here are falling apart and don't really offer any sort of kind of refuge, and you don't see a whole lot of anything. You do, as you guys are walking, you do pass by a couple of Scar's men that you recognize, but they're far enough away that they don't really give you any issue. Kata, on the other hand, you are fascinated by where you are. You've lived your entire life basically in the jungle. And you've always been able to, you know, climb up a tree or something and see the sky and everything. And you're completely underground, and you've never been around this many buildings, and so the whole place is very bizarre to you. And as you're looking around, you're starting to notice that there's a lot more life here than most people originally thought. You're starting to see little bits of moss and mushrooms and things like that every so often. You're starting to notice rodents and things like that. You're seeing a few small lizards, spiders in certain places, small spiders and things like that. And you're just kind of very much impressed that even a place locked underground with such a dismal attitude about it, and this finality is so brimming with life. And you also notice further away a little bit of movement. You see a small humanoid run across a side path that you guys don't take as you're going.
Hey guys, I kind of saw someone moving to that alley. Think we should bother?
Yes.
Right, and as you say that, you guys notice Elaine walks up behind you, catching up, not that far behind, looking like Elaine.
Yo, dude.
How was your chat?
He doesn't hate me as much now. So, what are you standing here for?
I found someone going there, and I point towards the alleyway. We bother?
Oh, I start walking as soon as you point.
Okay.
As you guys start walking, you hear this ear-piercing scream
Ah!
from that general direction. It sounds feminine.
And now I run.
Especially Avok, you know this kind of scream. This is a scream of intense agony and pain. So you guys watch as Fade just breaks off at a dead run in the direction.
Following
the scream came
Fade.
from.
Following.
All right. So you guys are all running. You come to another area, and you can see this place actually has some more like dugout kind of burrow style units. And you're trying to figure out where the sound came from because you only heard it from this direction. And again, you hear this ear-piercing scream from one of the burrows.
Can Fade or I tell which direction it came from?
Oh yeah, you know the exact burrow. Second to the left.
Okay. This way, guys.
It's very, very loud.
I'm
so you
going
guys
in.
watch Kata and Fade both rush in. As you guys go in there, you immediately see on the floor this woman dressed in rags, holding her head and just screaming in absolute agony. As your eyes start to adjust to the lower light conditions, you also see that the room that you're in is remarkably large and looks like it's kind of been tunneled out of the rock over a long period of time. And you can see there's 3 other people in the room beside you guys. 2 of them have drawn weapons and are pointing them at you. The third is a young child who's just sitting there going, "What's wrong? What can I do?" And he sees you guys come in, and he stands up and kind of puts himself in between you and the woman, and he picks up a rock and just kind of readies himself for a fight. "I'm not afraid! You can't hurt her!"
I'm here to help.
It's okay.
And as soon as you say that, Fade.
Sure.
As soon as you say that, Fade, you feel a wetness on your cheek, and the kid himself is just spit in your face. He says, "I know what you are. You're one of them that put us in here. You're one of them that hurt her."
Sure. I look at the guys that have weapons drawn. What's happening? I point to her.
And they both kind of look at you and they're like, "You know, you did it to her."
Horse shit. I'm in here like you guys.
They kind of look at you. Avok, make me an insight check.
Gotcha. That's my insight. Insight. Not much. Okay. That's 18.
You've been in tense situations before and kind of standoffs. One of the things that you immediately notice about this group, the 2 guys holding weapons don't know how to use them. They're holding them wrong. Their stance is wrong. From your training, it's blatantly obvious to you that the likelihood they're more likely to hurt themselves than they are to hurt you guys. The rest of you guys don't quite recognize that instinctually because it's just not what you do.
Fade, let me handle this.
And they they switch them over, and the weapons are now shaking.
Guys.
They're gripping it so hard. And Avok is so intimidating that he puts out all the lights in the room. So internet connections are awesome for those of you watching at home. We're gonna wait for a little bit to see if Avok comes back.
I
You
can
two
still.
can't see each other. That's what's happening.
I can see everything.
Yeah, I can see everyone too.
So wait, Avok is still talking to the rest of you guys, and I just can't hear him?
And he just blacked out for me.
Yeah.
So now Avok left.
Aw.
So Avok's talking to them and
So
intimidating them.
what did he say? Because he blacked out as soon as he said, "Let me take care of this, guys," and then he
I
blacked
killed
out
a
for me.
blue dragon.
No, I think he lost you the moment he was going to start talking.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait for him to come back for a couple of minutes here because I'd like him to deal with this. I mean, it's not that you guys can't. It's just he has a plan and he wants to do something. And
Everyone has a plan?
I don't know. He spoke up, and as a DM, I'm supposed to encourage stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Grok, so I mean.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's not like he's gonna go. I know magic. I am a mighty sorcerer. I will heal you. My axe. Chunk.
To your face.
Big old teddy bear is what you are, Grog.
When Pike is around, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Uh,
trying to imitate Pike.
Okay.
But I ended up sounding more like Allie.
Since he's not here, I'll let him finish whenever he does get back. But the rest of you guys, Avok stumbles over his words long enough to give you guys a chance to do something. What would you like to do?
I walk past them, taking whatever attacks they want to do, and I go to the girl and immediately try to cure wounds her.
As you walk over, you feel the point of the sword start getting pressed against you, and then you just kind of walk past it. Like there's not enough force behind it to pierce your armor, and so all it does is it scratches the finish of your armor a little bit as you go past. And as you sit there, and he might be back very soon. Hey, cool, you're back.
Hey!
I don't know what happened.
Roll 20 hates this.
Apparently,
So anyway, don't worry guys, I got this, black. So, start from there.
okay. Okay. Fellas, just put down the swords. It's obvious you don't even know how to use them, okay?
We're not gonna let you hurt her. She's been through enough from their kinds, and if you are working with them, we'll take you out. We will. And the other guy sitting there, who basically just has a relatively thick branch that he's brandishing kind of in a club-like manner, and sits there and goes, I don't think they're with them. Like the knifey is there. He's hurt. They don't hurt themselves. He's got the 2 cuts from them damn sticks. And they start kind of arguing with each other. While they're doing that, you watch as Fade just walks past them, goes over. Fade, as soon as your hand touches her to apply the cure wounds, you immediately get kind of blasted back almost with this intense pain in your head.
It's fine.
Not enough to really do any damage to you, but enough to make you realize that this isn't a physical wound that's happening to her, that there's something psychic about what's happening to her, either some sort of memory manipulation or some kind of enchantment magic, you're not, or maybe even illusion magic, you're not sure. But there's definitely a strong magical presence going on.
I would like to dispel it then.
Okay, make me a spell attack roll.
Natural 20, 28.
Hey!
Nice!
So you guys watch as Fade sits there, and he goes down. You see his hands start glowing, like you've seen many times before as he casts Cure Wounds. And as he does that, and touches her, the glow goes from the deep indigo that you guys are used to seeing to this bright red, and it just kind of explodes as he jumps back. You see him kind of shake it off, point at the woman, and you see her whole body begin to glow a little bit. And you watch as Fade sits there and concentrates, and you see his hand kind of lift up, and you see this kind of purplish energy kind of leave, come out of her head, and you see it kind of get encapsulated inside this deep indigo glow that you've seen Fade use so often. And as he sits there concentrating on it, he crushes his hands together, and the energy vanishes. And the
All
woman
right.
immediately stops crying out in pain and starts breathing a little bit more normal. The child kind of turns around and goes over. Sissy, are you okay? And he kind of looks up at you, and he looks back down at her, and she's kind of out of it, but is slowly coming back to her senses. And as she gets up, she's like, yeah, I think so. And she looks up and sees Fade standing over her, and she screams a little bit and jumps back, and then kind of looks around and has this very confused look on her face.
Are there any pots or bowls or anything laying around here? Cups, anything?
Yeah, you see some what looks like very crudely carved out of wood bowls and cups.
There you are.
You've come back.
Some, I refreshed and I couldn't see anyone.
Sorry.
It's
The
okay.
basics of it, Fade fixed her.
Yay.
She's confused as to why there's a ladron standing over her.
So I'm going to just point to that stuff and ask someone to bring it over here. The pots and the bowls and stuff.
Everyone in the room is very much kind of out of it and stunned about what happened. And so the guy holding the club kind of just looks at you, and without, just absent-mindedly picks up some of the stuff and brings it over, still kind of confused as to what just went on.
If no one else is going to do anything, I will then do another thing. I will create a ton of food and water and hand her a clean glass of water.
And so she sits there and she looks at the water, and she seems kind of afraid of it as you hand it to her.
I take a sip first.
And so very, very cautiously, she reaches out and takes the water from you, kind of sniffs it a little bit, takes just a taste, and then her expression changes completely, and she just downs the entire thing. And she turns to you, she's like, why are you doing this?
I'm one of the good guys.
Do you want to torture me more? Remove the pain and then put it back over and over again until I don't
He's
know
not-
what's real? Or...
He not like them.
I step back and let everyone else kind of assess the situation. If Katz is going to talk to her, go for it. I'm certainly going to startle her, so I don't want to talk too much.
So she's
It'll-
still
It,
go for it.
it okay. We are stuck down here just like you are.
And she kind of looks at you, and Kata, you now notice that the woman is wood elven. And so she kind of looks at the rest of you guys, and it's like, what is... And then she looks back at Fade. Thank you. I'm not quite... And the gentleman that was holding his sword goes, wait a minute. What did you do to get put down here? I've never seen one of your kind. They kill them before they put them in the arena.
Honestly, we didn't do anything wrong. They turned on me. They never gave me an explanation. Apparently, I'm a traitor, so I'm down here with my friends who unfortunately got wrapped up in it.
Make me a deception check.
Boy. Oh, okay. Total of a natural 20.
Damn.
No, that's wrong. It's a 19.
Still pretty good. So he's like, that's a bit hard to swallow. But, I mean, you did fix it. This is...
I hand them some food and water as they're talking.
And he, again, everyone is very suspicious of you, and so they do the same kind of thing, realize that this is actual pure water, which is remarkably difficult to find down here.
Right. I'm trying to get friends to sell this shit. That's what I'm doing here.
And they kind of test the food, and it's fresh food that they haven't had since they've been down here. They're like, you are weird.
Thank
All
you.
there is to it. Well, I'm Devin. I'm called Devin. This is Thanos, and he points at the guy with the stick. Little one there we just call Winky. And as he's sitting there, face deep in a piece of fruit, he just kind of looks up and gives you this kind of full mouth grin. And the woman, that's Esmeralda. She we actually don't know what happened. She went out one day. We didn't see her for a few days. And the next thing you know, she just kind of appears here. We went out scrounging for food. We come back and she's here. But she wasn't her, really. And there was something different. And we kept trying to ask about what was going on, and then she started screaming, and you came in, and that's what happened. What did you do?
She was being affected by some kind of magical force. I stopped it.
You have many more skills than I do.
Speaking of skills, do you have any contacts down here that would be interested in purchasing some of this water and food?
And they kind of look at each other and they just start laughing. Do you really think to start a business down here? You should go talk to Sky. He's the only one that's got any money down here.
I'm not really looking for money. I'm looking for friendship and favors.
Well, you're going to have a hard time getting any sort of friendship or favors out of anyone down here.
That's where you come in.
No, you don't understand. You see, if the Eladrin decide that they're bored watching gladiators fight against beasties, they pick a bunch of us, pit us against each other, and see who stands the longest. Anyone in here, there's a chance that you're going to find them on the other end of a sword or a spear. Can't afford to make friends, because at that point it's you or them. And the more other people know about you, the better chance they have of ending you. So I think you're going to have a really hard time finding any friends down here. And then you see
have a nice
Esmeralda go, wait. And she comes over to Fade. Thank you for what you did. I was in the city. I'd made it out and they caught me and they realized where I'd come from. They put, wall. In my mind, they put a wall so I couldn't remember. And any time I tried, it would hurt.
You made it to the city. From here?
Yes, that's what happened.
I pull out a notebook and start taking notes.
It's difficult to remember. I was in another part of the city down here, where they keep the gladiators. We call it the pit. I was in another part of the pit, just wandering around looking for something to eat. And there was a pool with rubble in it, and it stank. It was fetid, but it was flowing, and so I thought if I followed it long enough that I might be able to find it before it fetid, and then there was a grate, and I'm sorry, I can't remember anymore. It's very painful.
That's enough.
It's okay. You told us as much as you are able right
And
now.
then she kind of realizes what she said, and she goes, "You can't tell anyone. If they find out that the wall is gone, that I can remember, there are many worse things than death down here. You're new, you don't know. They do horrible things. Don't tell anyone. Don't act on that knowledge. Forget that I told you."
Forget that I'm able to feed you guys, and the next time I'm able to, I'll do it again. No one else needs to know. And I'll forget what you told me. Do we have a deal?
They all kind of look at each other like, "All right, I think we can do that."
Enjoy the rest of this.
And they seem completely perplexed. Just so far outside the realm of normal that they're having a really hard time processing, almost like they're in shock. But they don't say anything. They go back to
Hello?
kind of drinking and eating.
I look at everyone in our group, and I motion towards the door. And I start walking out, and on the way I put my hand on the door jamb and look back. Things change. And then leave.
Okay. So what about the rest of you guys? You're still down in this kind of burrow.
I'm going back to our room.
Yeah, back to our little
Abode.
Okay. So you guys start leaving. As soon as you go out the door, you hear kind of a scraping sound behind you. And you see this large piece of wood being shoved into the opening to kind of seal the opening from the inside. A makeshift door, basically.
Oh, okay.
But it looks sturdy enough that Avok would have a hard time opening it up. Let's put it that way.
You guys heard that, right?
Yeah. So there's a way out of here.
Let's keep our eyes open for this stinky pool. I think maybe we don't explore it yet. We don't want to tip off that we know it. But we have the start of a plan, at least.
Yeah. It's just a matter of rallying these people.
let's get back to the house and see what we can scrounge up.
So as you guys head back to your home, as you get in, you hear some sounds of things being moved on the inside. Avok, you're the first one to pick it up again because of your military training. You're a little bit more aware of bad things and weird things. Fade, you pick it up right after, along with Elaine and Kata. There's somebody is in your house moving something. You can't really tell what it is.
Oh God, what now?
I eat my note on the way in.
Okay. As you guys come into your new house, you see this relatively old human, in there, and it looks like he's putting down fresh hay. And he kind of looks over. He's like, "Oh, hello there. Lovely to see you. I noticed that someone had decided that you no longer needed a place to sleep. And I just happened to have some extra, so I decided to refill this little area. Who knows how long you'll be here, or really anyone will be here. I try to change out the hay and other things as often as I can. I mean, we all know it's not a very pleasant place down here. Really at all."
Okay, thanks. You said that our hay was gone.
Yes. Someone, you must be new here. See, comforts and things like that, unless you are Scar or someone with that kind of a following, comforts are very sought after. And I generally try and distribute them as much as I can, but I'm given so little that I can't really help everyone. So I generally will try and help some of the newer people once or twice, and then I kind of leave them to their own. Generally, they will join one of the groups around here, and they will no longer need kind of tending to, and I can go back to my normal duties.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry. I have forgotten to introduce myself. Well, my name is not important. I'm called the Trustee. I take care of things down here as much as I can. The guards and I have a bit of an agreement. When bad things happen, to prevent disease and other things from spreading down here and destroying their crop of gladiators, I clean it up, and they allow me to have a slightly easier life than some. It's made me my fair share of enemies, but in general, they tend to be the ones that I clean up eventually, unfortunately. Just seems to be how things work down here. What are your names?
Gata.
Hello there. Mistress Kata. It's lovely to meet you.
Elaine.
Hello, Master Elaine. It's lovely to meet you.
Likewise.
And you, the tall refrigerator-shaped one.
You can call me the Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. That's your name. You are going to make a fine gladiator. I think you are going to be one of the headliners. They will put you. Your death will be spectacular. Very much so.
Yeah, I died once. I ain't doing it again.
And he kind of looks at you confused for a second. I beg your pardon? Perhaps I didn't hear you correctly. My understanding is those who die, it's generally not something you recover from.
Generally true, but
I'm sorry, are you ill? Do you need something to drink? I don't think I've gotten
Yeah.
your name yet.
Do you have any water?
Oh, I'm very sorry, I'm not allowed to give out any water. You know, there are rules here as much as I do my best to avoid, have to deal with them. The guards do limit me in the amount of aid I'm allowed to give, and water's not something I'm allowed to give you. I'm very sorry about that.
I go sit down in the corner.
He doesn't seem to be a very nice fellow. He won't even give his name. Well, I guess I can't really blame him. I mean, the kind of people that you meet down here, it's just not a safe place at all, is it? Anyway, I have my duties to perform. I have quite a few other places to check to see if there are any very fewer gladiators today than there were yesterday, if you catch my meaning. It's wonderful to meet you all, even you, nameless one. I do hope your death comes as painlessly as possible, which is really the best that you can hope for in a place like this. Anyway, and he starts kind of walking out the door. He kind of tries to push you out of the way, Avok, but you're a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an old guy. So as he sits there and he just kind of tries to push you out of the way, he realizes that you're not moving, and he tries to just squeeze past you. I'm so terribly sorry. If you could just step to the side, I need to leave now.
Step to the side.
It's been wonderful meeting you all. I do hope that your deaths are spectacular and they are quick. Good day. And he walks away.
As soon as he walks away, like, he probably poisoned the hay or something.
Okay.
So I start.
Check it.
I use like my light hammers and slowly kind of like sift through.
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
A 7, solid.
Looks like hay to you. Looks clean, like the hay you had in him before was dirty. Beyond that, you got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, did he seem like sincere in what he was saying?
As much as you can tell. Again, it's the first time you've met him. You specifically are not really adept at reading people,
Yeah.
just because of your very limited interactions with them.
Mm-hmm.
To you, he seemed really nice.
Yeah, he did.
I don't trust him.
I'm starting to get that from all of you. You also
Anybody
notice that next to the relatively large pile of hay, there's a number of like burlap sacks that are empty.
Did he put fresh wood in the fire pit?
No wood in the fire pit.
I think I need to go find some wood.
Mm.
Does our house have a door?
It has a doorway.
Okay.
Basically a frame with no door in it. really not even a frame. It's more just an opening that you would put a frame in.
So what do you guys want to do?
Hmm.
The dragon was fun, hey?
Uh,
You really smashed it good.
Yep, it was a fun thing to do.
Glad your friend showed up, Elaine.
Huh? What?
Oh, Fade. Quick question.
Go.
Did you bring the hammer with you?
Yeah, I was contemplating it, leaving it behind, but yeah,
Okay.
I would have wrapped it along with like all my hammers that I have on my belt. They wrap so they don't ding too much.
Yep.
So I made sure that there's nothing too ornate showing.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Just for my information.
On our walk down, did we see like any? I mean, this is a dumb question, but like just weapons or anything laying around?
The streets themselves, anything that really could be used as a weapon, has kind of been harvested. To the
Okay.
point where even like thicker stones and sticks and things like that, generally if they have weapon properties, somebody has picked them up. Because again, you're in kind of an anarchy down here, where the person with the biggest weapons has the most power and
the
authority.
pyramid.
So anything that can give you more power generally is going to help you to live longer.
Hmm.
If I don't see anything, as I just like kind of look out the door, I guess I'm gonna go. Suggest a rest after that fight because, like they said, we never know when we're going back up.
Hmm.
All right, the rest of you guys have any ideas?
Yeah. If you guys are not keen on the hay, we can sleep on the floor, and what I could possibly check it later for poison.
I prefer you check it before I lay down in it. I didn't find anything, but hey, 2 sets of eyes.
Did you have detect poison disease?
No, but I searched through for stuff.
Okay.
And theoretically, like, hay on its own generally doesn't tend to be toxic.
Looking
Okay.
for needles or something.
Or if there was something inside of it, that could be toxic or explosive or acidic or a million other things. Really sharp.
Yeah.
After watching Fade just sit there and poke it a couple of times with one of his hammers, he seemed satisfied that he wasn't going to find anything.
Okay. I'm sleeping in it.
Okay, you guys watch Kata just kind of lay down on it. It gives a little bit underneath her. Certainly not the most comfortable thing you've ever slept on, but you've slept on a hell of a lot worse.
So, Avok, do we go talk to Scar when we wake up?
What do you want to talk to me
again.
about?
Either find out just more information about his hierarchy down here, or at least feel him out some more. See if we can find any weaknesses or notice anything.
Well, me and Song talked to him like earlier. The way I see it, I think he's someone we're gonna have to take down if we want to get these people to start seeing differently.
Okay. Okay. Did it look like he had any number 2 or anything? Someone that maybe he trusts?
Couldn't tell. He just had a bunch of pansies near him.
Okay. I'm formulating an idea, but again, let's maybe... Hey, Song, you want to set up that little hut for us so we can sleep?
She wordlessly nods.
And I go inside the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
grab
guys want
some.
to set up a watch or anything?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should watch from inside, though.
Yeah, I will. I'll take some of the hay with me so we have something at least a little soft to sleep on.
All right. Who's going to take second watch?
I'll
I'll
take.
second one.
Okay.
All right. Then Avok, you want third?
Yeah, I'll have third.
All right. Fade, you take the last one.
Fine.
All right. And Song, being the pampered girl that she is, takes no watch and just settles in to a much larger share of the hay and one of the burlap sacks. She kind of stuffs it with hay, takes a little bit more hay, kind of lay on, finds a little corner, goes to sleep. Very Song thing to do. Kata, first watch. Roll
Okay.
me D20.
Alright. Should I add my modifier?
Perception check, sorry.
18.
All right. 2 hours pass. Nothing really big happens.
Okay.
Elaine, give me a perception check.
16.
While you are on your watch, you notice some movement outside. Without leaving the tiny hut, you kind of peer out and you see a few of scarred men kind of watching the house. Because the hut is opaque from the outside, or opaque, however you pronounce that. From the outside, they can't see you, but you can see them. And it seems like they're... well, you've done this before. They're scouting it. You know, they're casing the joint, planning something. You have no idea what, though.
How far into my watch would that have been?
About an hour and a half. So far, the rest of the party has been asleep for about, well, Fade and Avok have been asleep for about 3 hours at this point.
I guess I'll let Avok know when he comes.
Okay.
Take watch.
The rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Avok, you wake up. Elaine tells you what went on.
I'll keep an eye out for those piss ants.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Yep. Perception is... Alright. 16.
Nothing else happens on your watch. Fade, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
18.
Nothing else happens on your watch. However, while you sleep, the rest of you guys sleep as well as you can. Here, Avok, you have the easiest time sleeping here because, again, your history, you've slept in a lot worse places. Kata, you don't have too much of a difficulty. Compared to the rest of you, Song is in the lap of luxury. And Elaine, you've slept in gutters before. So you guys all get a decent sleep. It ain't great, but it's not bad. Fade, however, you don't get a great sleep. You have this really strange dream. We're in it. You're underneath the dwarven city, and you can hear the kraken outside attacking, and you can see it crumbling. And you're holding the hammer there, and you can hear the voice of the previous owner keeps telling you, you must find my replacement. This is not something you take lightly. This is a pledge you make for life, to serve the gods. And as you sit there and you're looking at it, you look up and the figure standing before you, while sounding just like the person you met down there before, doesn't look like him. It's still a dwarf, but you notice that his right hand is missing, and he's covered in scars.
Okay.
And then you wake up.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy
That
day.
is where we are going to end it for tonight.
Yeah!
If this is the first time you two did before, this is episode 28. These guys have been playing together, most of them for over a year now. And they've done a lot of cool stuff. You want to see the rest of the show, head over to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. I have all the episodes uploaded there. On the weeks that I'm not doing this, I run a Tyranny of Dragons campaign. That's an official Wizards of the Coast book that I'm running an adventuring party through. I run D&D games every Tuesday here on twitch.tv/TrainerJody, starting either at 8:30 or 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So feel free to tune in live. It's always fun to see it live. Or you can watch all that stuff on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Trader Jody over there too, because I tweet about all this stuff. Beyond that, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye.